Right, hello guys. Welcome back. Just checking you can hear my voice. You can. How are you? Good afternoon. Happy Friday. And we're here, Silverstone short circuit for round number 3 we're on now of Cgprl Season 2. The short layout in Lewis Hamilton's 2008 championship winning car of the MP423, sorry. The MP4 was last round at Brazil, but today for, classically a wet quali session, just like it was in 2008. Heikki Kovalainen, my best friend, actually grabbed pole, his little safety car on track there, so I think you got to ignore that as a bug. I don't think it's showing up for the drivers, but yeah, Kovalainen grabbed pole in wet conditions. I think it was in wet conditions for this race. However, Hamilton, if you remember back to the race, absolutely bossed it, kept it on the track all but once down at the club chicane, where he had a little moment. But other than that, he was absolutely in control, and he smashed the race. And yeah, it's wet in qualifying, and we're due with wet in the race, so I think we should be in for a very, very fun and interesting race. As due to it being a short circuit, it's one of 2 short circuits on the calendar for Cgprl Season 2. It's a 50% race, just like it will be in USA, where we'll be running the Williams FW13, 14, I think, one of the 2. Either way, I think it's from 1966, but we'll cross the hurdle when we get to it. I believe it's round 6, and the gap at the top currently is 7 milliseconds, 7 thousandths of a second, so it's very tight at the top. Jarno looking for his 3rd pole position in as many races in Season 2. He is having some connection issues though. He literally rejoined as I started the stream, so Yannick may... Jesus, that's a safety car. That's a glitch, just to clarify that one. But yeah, something you're going to have to adjust to is the drivers going almost straight on through that section and not taking the left-hander down through towards Brooklands. So audio is all sorted. Karim, we did actually have to restart this session, hence the lateness. We were maybe 7 or 8 minutes in. Karim had a crash, and it was due for a wet race starting to go dry. It was a dry qualifying session in the first lobby. And Yannick through the final corner now, very wide there. He hits the wall and Yannick's out the session. So that's his day over. So the best Yannick will be doing is P2. So pushing and a bit too much. And it's off into the wall. So now it's like looking behind to Steve as he rounds the penultimate corner back on the power to the final corner. Is he on a lap? I'm not entirely sure. He is not on a lap, and if it was a lap, it's not a very good lap. So I imagine Steve will be going again. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. Can't quite see anything, but Harrison has retired from the session. Not entirely sure to why that is. We're on board with Mike currently. There's another yellow flag. All crazy in these wet conditions. Kevin comes through the final sector. Kevin got a podium in his debut in GPRL in Monza. He'll be looking to add to it today. That's his only podium to date, but that line through the final corner is not going to help as he starts his lap. So not that he was on a time lap, but very wide into turn 1. Looking back to Mike. Equally I believe he's just started his lap. And Gianna's still in the box. Steve this time is on a lap. I didn't quite see, but he was a couple of tenths up on his best as he comes through the final corner now. Trying to keep the traction, and it's fastest for Steve, about half a second quicker than Jarno's time, so that's very impressive from Steve there. Up in P1, the Spaniard doing a good job, so that's going to bump Yannick down to P3, and all he can do at this point is just sit there and watch, as he's actually gone about 2 tenths quicker than his best through the first sector, so maybe he's on for another fastest lap to extend his advantage even more. Jarno still in the box, so he's looking for 1 fast lap, you'd believe, at the end. Laps around here, as you can see, only about 54 seconds. In the dries, we're probably looking at 48-49 second laps in quali trim, but when it comes to race fuel, race tyre management, I believe we'll be looking at, if it's in the wet, probably 57 to 56 seconds laps for the top guys, and if it is dry, we're probably looking at 50-second laps. So we look Steve through the final corner. It looked like a good lap. He improves again by another 2/10 or so and goes 0.63 seconds ahead of Yana, who still is in the box. Usually if you're on the normal Silverstone circuit, you'd want to be getting out now to get a lap in, but out laps probably only take about a minute around here, so Yana can bide his time for the time being. Another standout performer, Ugait's up in P4. He's been having a good session so far, just 1.1 seconds off the pace, and actually ahead of the reigning GPRL Season 4 champion, the most successful driver in GPRL history in terms of championships, and he's not having the greatest Cgprl season so far, but he'll be looking to turn that around today. Yannick says stupid weather. Apologies for that one, Yannick. Now we can do about that, unfortunately. But whilst we're here, as we watch Moraine now through Stowe, very tricky in these wet conditions, these cars not having traction control for the drivers. The lowest setting we allow them to run it on is medium, I believe, and Moraine has actually backed out of that lap, so nothing going to come of it yet, but I believe he's setting up another lap now, so he wasn't quite happy with that lap. 2.3 seconds, consider that big lift, through the club chicane, I believe it's called, but through Abbey and now into turn number 3. It's usually a lot tighter, you usually have to open it a lot more, but now it's flat, and that's a big slide for Moraine. And through to turn 4 you come out past the Maggots and Beckett section. Oh, he's gone for a spin, has he? Yes, he has. He's off into the wall. He pushed a little bit too hard, and that's going to be his quali session over because he's not going to get the chance to come back in. So that's it. Kevin now out of the session. Moraine retires as he knows that he won't be able to do anything better than that. Steve and Yannick still still in the box, so he is not going to be improving from P2. So now we look back to Ugait's. Everyone on a lap apart from Mike, who has pitted. So can Ugait's score an upset position here? Steve out of the points. The track has been improving as the session goes on. There's a car off further back, but we're focusing on Ugait's. He looked like he took a little bit too tight line into the penultimate corner, but can he get the power down? It's going to be across the line. Oh, he's gone off as well, taking the same thing, a similar thing to what Yana did, but he goes in at the front end. He can't improve on that lap, so Ugait's starts P4 unless Karim can do anything about this. Currently only P8 for Karim, and he did jump up, I'm not quite sure to where he jumped up to, maybe P6 for Karim, so an improvement nevertheless. And that wet weather clearly testing the drivers, and quite an eventful quali session that. It's Steve on pole for the first time since the GPRL Season 4 finale, and Steve hasn't had the best of luck so far in Cgprl, but maybe this is where he turns it around. 0.63 seconds, quicker than the next car behind Yana, who has dominated Cgprl so far this season. He's had 2 poles and 2 wins, but Steve being the one to end that streak, and nevertheless, Yano, if his connection holds up, I'm sure he can do something from the front row. And Yannick behind also looks strong, just 7 thousandths off his teammate, if he can keep it clean. That's my voice, Casper. Welcome, Casper, my favourite AOR driver. Casper, actually a former driver of this league, back in the goal of Season 1 and Season 2 days. Currently racing in AOR F1, doing a bloody good job he is. And we're keeping a close eye on him, so congratulations, Casper, best of luck for the future. And welcome to the live stream, and I still cherish the fact that I beat Casper 2 races in a row, in GPRL. I believe one was in Baku, and the next was in Canada. We can ignore the fact that I only beat him because he literally just bought a wheel and was adapting to it. I still beat him, so that's a little memento for myself. Welcome, Casper. Casper has raced along the likes of not only myself, but Steve, Yano, Yannick, Karim, He's racing against... Oh, someone's off at the start. I'm not sure who that was. It was Jano who just dropped it at the start, underestimating the grip, and he flew off there. So, yeah, Jano, you got to be careful on that one. Casper comes in saying, let's enjoy a good race today, and thanks. It's alright, Casper. Happy to have you on the live stream. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. From what I hear, as you can see in the top left, the lap count 0 of 26. We'll be having 26 laps today of the Silverstone short circuit. As I mentioned before, probably about 57 seconds a lap, 58 seconds a lap. I don't think the drivers will have to stop. Obviously the tyre wear, nothing massive. There's one wet compound, there's no intermediates, there's no heavy wets, there's just the wet compound. There's also one dry compound. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the drivers do opt for the dry strategy. If it does dry up, obviously we don't have the information that they do. Their engineers can tell them when it's going to dry up, if it is going to dry up. Unfortunately we don't have that, so I'm going to have to play it by ear today. Unfortunately Ryan not with us again. He's off with his college interview, so if he's watching, I hope that's gone well, Ryan. And now we're on the grid. Steve, his first pole since there's a yellow flag further back. His first pole since the end of season 4. Can he convert it just like he did then? It's time to find out. We go green in Silverstone. It's a tentative start from all drivers. I believe Jano has got, yeah, he's got down the inside and past. I believe Yannick will be challenging into turn number 1. Yes, Yannick does go through. It's been a shocking start for Steve, but I believe everyone is keeping it quite well behaved as we look for... No, they aren't. Ugaitz is off, but Jano heads the pack as there's a car off through the middle sector, through the middle part of turn number 3. Yannick ahead of Steve, who's been pressured by Kevin down the inside. So Steve has had an absolutely shocking start, as Kevin may be looking to make a podium here. I believe that's Moraine. Yes, Moraine has gone off. All drivers struggling in these wet conditions, as yeah, Jana leads the field away as Kevin down the inside of Steve. There's a little bit of contact there. Steve has a wiggle but holds on to it, and they're still side by side. I believe Steve will have the inside line into this right-hander. Kevin's going to have to hold it around the outside offline. This will be tricky, but if he can hang it in, he's got the inside line. If he can put the power down now, he'll be able to get it down the inside of the final corner. Can't quite. But yeah, Steve being very nice to him, giving him all the room in the world. And yeah, Steve holds on to that position, but a dreadful start for Steve, dropping him back from first to P3. As looking further back, Mike has got past, as actually battling as Harrison gets back past Mike, as he went a little bit wide, but looked as if Mike was going to run one into the back of Harrison there, but getting it slowed down quite nicely. Moraine is now off, and he's got almost no front wing, so a shocking race for the championship, well, the season 4 champion. And yeah, so it's not looking good for Moraine in this early stage of the race. Meanwhile, we're on board with Yannick as Kevin. I believe that graphic is a little bit wrong with the timings. Kevin has actually been pressurised, that's the word, by Karim Jonas. That's fast up to 56.1 as he pulls clear, so he's looking for a third win in as many races. Moraine out of the session. So that's the day for Moraine. You can see Ugaitz now, as he sustained at the start, I believe, some front wing damage. So it'll be interesting to see what happened between Ugaitz and Moraine after the race. Maybe it will be investigated. There's a yellow flag up ahead. I'm not quite sure what happened. I believe there was a car off. Someone looked as if they stopped. I'm not sure who that was. But at the top, Jano closing down. Yannick, sorry, closing down that gap. Making a couple of mistakes there. Please forgive me. But there's a couple of yellow flags going off left, right and centre, so I'm going to have to try and keep very alert for those. But other than that, looks like the pack has spread out a little bit. And yeah, Steve will now look to close up, as he does set the fast lap of the Grand Prix of 55.8 second laps. So maybe Steve does have the pace, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see about that, as he gets a big wiggle coming through turn number 2, but slows it down just fine. We'll have to see if Steve can close up to the next car ahead. Is talking about closing up. Yannick is doing just that, and you can almost smell the gearbox of Jarno just ahead as we're 4 laps into this Grand Prix. The rain showing no sign of giving up, so I believe we will have rain for the rest of the race. But Yannick's had an incredible lap so far, so he's really closed down Jarno, and maybe he'll try and run one down the inside. He can't quite get one down the inside of the club chicane this lap, but if he continues on this rate, I think he'll be able to get moved down the inside of Stowe Corners. He gets a bit of oversteer there, which is going to put him wide through the final corner. Kevin is in the pits, so that's an interesting call. We'll see why he's in the pits. I believe he doesn't have damage looking at the front wing, so it's not dry tyres. Is it dry tyres? I don't know if he's pitted onto dry tyres. I will just check that real quick. But no, he is on the wet tyres, so oh, Mike is out the session. Not entirely sure what's happened there, but going against my hypothesis, Yannick not able to close in on Jarno as much this lap, but Steve is closing in. He's closed up about 6/10 to Yannick ahead, and Steve is looking dangerous. And if I was either Yannick or Jarno, I'd be looking behind me, because we have a flying Spaniard in the form of Steve. As we go on to the 6th lap of the Grand Prix, there's a bit of damage on the start-finish straight, so that may suggest Mike's retirement, as Kevin's left the session. So possibly internet issues, I'm not entirely sure, but looks like Jarno streaking clear of Yannick. And it looks like Steve may actually have a run. He uses quite a lot of exit off turn 4 there. He's in the slipstream. No DRS obviously in these cars, and even if there was, it'd be disabled due to the wet weather. Is he going to run one down the inside? No, not quite. Doesn't quite have the confidence to run one down the inside of Yannick. He goes a little bit wide, getting oversteer. Maybe he'll pop one down the inside. No, can't quite make that work. But yeah, this is holding them up, and Jarno needs to set a range of fast laps now to try and build a gap to Yannick and Steve behind. Then there's actually quite a very big gap, 8.4 seconds between Steve and Karim. So Karim sort of in no man's land. He's got nearly 2 seconds to the car behind as well. So it looks like another P4 finish is on the horizon for Karim. Touch wood, I hope nothing goes wrong. Now I've said that, Casper saying Jarno has been excellent in Cgprl so far. Indeed he has, and he hasn't put a foot wrong as of yet. He's got 2 poles from 3 races. He's looking to make it 3 wins from 3 races today. Steve did just beat him to the pole position here, and it looks as if Steve is looking dangerous, so Jarno's going to have to hold on for the next 20 laps. Yaki's back again. How many races in Cgprl? There's 8 rounds in this Cgprl Season 2. As I believe that's Yannick making a mistake. No, it's Jarno. Was it Yannick? Yes, it was Yannick. Apologies, but it looked like Yannick just went wide, made a mistake, and as I was looking at the comments, Steve breezed past. So underheated tyres maybe, or just really worn rear tyres, because Yannick is sliding all over the place at the minute. And yeah, so I'm not sure about that. There's a yellow flag. That's Harrison going slow, so he must have had a spin out the final corner. And yes, a shame for that mistake from Yannick, but that's going to release Steve. 2.3 seconds there. He lost a bit of time through turn 1, I believe, because he had to give Yannick some room. But yeah, back to your question, Yaki. How many races in Cgprl? There's 8 rounds. As Yannick in the pits, so this must be a tyre change. So that may suggest we are on a 2-stop today, a 1-stop, sorry, rather than a non-stop, which is what we used to. Hot lap mode VRL PS4, I believe that is another league that Steve races on. So welcome to the stream. We all know that Steve is gonna win. We'll have to see, but yeah, he is looking very strong, and it looks like the fortunes are finally going his way. But this is going to promote Karim to P3, Amar to P4, and yeah, Harrison will get past, and so will you guys, I believe. So interesting strategy call here from Yannick. He definitely believes that the tyres are gonna go off, but I'm getting distracted again. Back to the question. yes, 8 rounds in Cgprl. There is 2 Joker rounds, we call it, round 3, which is today, and round 6 in USA, where they're short tracks and there will be 50% races because of the short track. But yeah, 8 rounds, and the season will just conclude, I believe, just before F1 2019 comes out. Something like that. But here's Amar having to go around the outside of Karim. That's an incredible move from Amar. If he can hold it in there, he can. Finding the traction around the outside. Great overtaking skills there from Amar. Getting a big slide though on the exit of the final corner. Karim can't, I don't think he'll be able to run one down the inside. And he goes a bit wide through turn 1 to add to that. But yeah, great move from Amar. He's looking good for a podium position. Ryan says he hasn't done the interview yet, but thank you. Well, good luck for you for the future, Ryan. And I believe we'll be having him back either next week or the week after, as Ugaitz has had a spin, I believe, promoting Yannick. Kevin's back in the session as Harrison is off. There's damage to his front wing. I don't believe that's due to contact, but yeah, he was off at turn 2. So interesting place, that must have been contact there. But Yannick's clawed his way back up to P5. He's showing good pace, so maybe this is the strategy to be on, because it looks as if tyres were absolutely gone. Amar now in the pits, so this must be a one-stop race for the first time this season. Yeah, I'm back on the 7th 2 weeks today, hopefully. So yeah, thank you for that, Ryan. We'll be seeing Ryan not next round, but hopefully the round after. Amar into the pits. This car, I love these cars. I have, if we're going to get a life lesson of your favourite GPRL commentator, I have a model of one of these cars in my room. Absolutely love them. They look like rocket ships, and that's how F1 cars should look. Anyway, into the pits comes Steve. 3.6 seconds was the gap to Yana, so Yana, more excellence, as Moraine has left the session after crashing earlier. I know we are competitors and all that, but you guys are doing a great job and being your 5th season. Congrats to all the guys involved, as I know how hard it can be sometimes. Thank you for those kind words, Hot Lap Mode. We compete, yeah, another PS4 league. We don't clash, I believe. So yeah, no, thank you for those words. And yeah, it's not easy, but we're getting there slowly. And from what I've seen, the guys over at the VRL Hot Lap League are doing a great job. So Steve comes out of the pits in P3, and it's just about P3. It's going to be side by side with Yannick. So Yannick pretty much making the undercut work, because he's gained time back on Steve, because there was a bit of gap between them after Yannick's mistake, but Yannick not able to put a move on Steve, maybe waiting, again using a lot of exit, but on that exit there's almost no grip as Yana is into the pits. Be interesting to see if Karen will follow him in. And it'll be interesting to see where, if Yana can come out in between or ahead of these guys, because Yannick looked to have very good pace. Saying that, he's made a little mistake there, which is going to drop him back a bit, but where will Steve come out in comparison to Yana? Yana is on pit exit. Now Karen will pass as Harrison is out the session. Just about avoiding him there is Steve. I believe Yana is out. Yeah, Yana is out ahead, so making that strategy work well is Yana. But yeah, it's all getting a little bit tight now. So half race distance, Yana's gone 13 laps on his old tyres and another 13 laps on these tyres. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. Can't see anything of that so far. So Karim is in the lead of the race. You'd expect him to pit this lap, unless he's just being super kind to his tyres and trying to stretch it out the distance. It will be a very interesting strategy to see if he can do that, because I'm going to be honest, at the minute it looks like Karim has no pace at all. However, in the wet conditions, not the easiest to overtake here, with it being a shorter circuit. There's less laps, less chances to overtake. Maybe, just maybe, Karim's going to try and stretch this out. Yannick gets a 3-second time penalty for warnings. Ooh, Karim, I believe, went wide there. So Yana up into the lead of the race, wasn't quite focusing on that there. But yeah, Karim down to P2. And Looking at his steering actually, Karim, he's putting very little input into the steering wheel, so that would suggest that he is trying to conserve the tyres. But realistically, with this strategy, the best he'll get is 4th, because the likes of Steve and Yannick would go past him. So I'm bored with Steve now. Is Karim going to pit? It looks like he is pulling off to the right. Yeah, so Karim in the pits. Probably the right colour for Karim, so we'll see where he comes up. But it looks as if Steve is starting to close now on Yana. Something to note from the last stint is that Steve's tyre degradation was a little bit worse, so suggesting that he's pushing a little bit harder than Jarno ahead. So that may be in the back of Steve's mind, and he may be wanting to pull a move early so he can get track position, then conserve the tyres. But yeah, that gap is going down by half a second from the last time around. It's still going down. There's a bit of a slide there from Steve, nothing uncommon, as Amar has got past Karim. Karim will come out in P4 or 5. He won't be troubled by Kevin behind, and with fresh tyres to go to the end of the race, it'll be interesting to see if he can claw down that 8-second or so gap it'll be by the time he comes up. Talking about clawing down gaps, Steve is doing just that, 1.2 seconds, breaking into the club chicane. And it's almost a case of 2 steps forward, 1 step back for Steve. He seems to gain a bit, or gain a lot, and then lose a little bit. So it's a bit of a game of cat and mouse at the moment. But yeah, if you're going to ask me at this point, who do I think is going to win the race? I think it's open. I do think it's open. But yeah, I'm going to say Steve, because he just looks as if he's had incredible pace. He took pole in the wet conditions, and he does look to be the faster driver. But it would be a good story if Yana can win this race and actually get 3 wins from 3 races despite not having pole. As Casper mentioned earlier, Jana's looked incredible so far, and so yeah, it will be quite funny. Maybe funny isn't the right word, but it will be something if Jana can win the race and get 3 wins from 3 races. It will be Mercedes all over again, as they're playing a bit cat and mouse, as I mentioned, with fast lap. Jana gets it, then Steve goes a little bit faster. So Steve is the faster driver at the moment, and they're sort of leaving Yannick, sort of dropping him. So it does look like a 2-horse race for the win. It'll be interesting to see how much Steve can close up. Seems as if the gap sort of drops below a second and then goes back up again. So watching the times between the laps is quite interesting. There's a yellow flag in 1. Don't see any of that yet, but here we are watching the race leader. Again, going back to what Casper said, he's had an absolutely superlative season so far, and I think he's looking to add to the trophy cabinet. Jarno looking for his first championship in any GPRL accompanied league. Yellow flag, there's a car off. Is that yeah, that was Kevin doing a spin at turn 4, and I think his rear tyres are absolutely knackered. I found out what knackered means today, actually. It doesn't actually mean tired. So yeah. But yeah, it looks like the gap between Steve and Jarno is sort of hovering. Well, it's gone off just to say that. So maybe Jarno was conserving his tyres in the earlier stage and now pushing on. Or maybe Steve is sort of starting to conserve his tyres a bit more, thinking about the end. We've got just, we'll have 8 laps to go at the end of this lap. 1.7 seconds is the gap. And in terms of penalties, we will have a quick check now about the penalties. Right, Jarno has 1 warning. Steve has 2 warnings, so Steve has to be careful. Yannick has 1 penalty and 1 warning. Amar, 2 warnings, he's got to be careful. Karim, 2 warnings and a penalty. So this is Ugaitz with 3 warnings, so he's got to be careful. Kevin with a 5-second time penalty, not entirely sure to why that is. Is Kevin put on the dries? As Jarno sets the fast lap, so he's starting to bring out that gap. Steve gets a 3-second time penalty. So that Yannick back in the pits, so interesting strategy call here, because that's going to give P3 to Amar, and that may actually promote Karim to P4. It may be close on pit exit. You guys, 5-second time penalty for ignoring the yellow flags. No, Yannick is out ahead of Karim. However, there's about 6 seconds between Yannick and Amar. Oh, Kevin's gone for a spin in the final sector as he goes a lap down. Yeah, so Yana, he's got a bit of breathing room now. Now Steve has that penalty, so but Yana can't afford to get too comfortable and then just make a silly mistake getting himself a penalty, because that will, then it really will be race on for those two. Bit of a cut there from Steve. Steve really pushing his car, but it doesn't look like, seems as if the tables have turned here, and it does look as if Yana has one hand on the race win trophy in the 3 out of 3. And I'm gonna be honest, it's it's quite incredible what he's doing, actually. I'm gonna load up the standings for GPRL real quick. Cgprl actually. Sorry, she gets a 3-second time penalty again, I believe. But Harrison asks, why does rain exist? Classic Silverstone this, and of course, just because we run the MP4 for Cody's, I've got to throw a little tribute. And yeah, it's nice to see the rain. It really is nice to see. It really does test the drivers, and yeah, it separates the good from the great. And I think we are seeing the greats at the top. Moraine making a couple of mistakes. That's not an insult to Moraine. But yeah, I think he'll bounce back just fine. But looking at the driver standings for Cgprl, Jarno 20 points, then the 7-point buffer back to Yannick, and then a further 3 points back to Moraine on 10 points. So actually watching, let's say the race finishes with these current standings, as Yannick is closing up to Amar on those fresher tyres. But yeah, it looks like Steve is looking good to jump Moraine at least, and depending on what happens between these two, he may be jumping up to P2 in the standings. But yeah, it's too early to say anything yet. We have a couple of laps left. Amar in the search of his first podium in GPRL, any GPRL related league, I believe. But yeah, Yannick definitely closing in, definitely faster than Amar ahead, but it's whether he can make the move. Casper says, as long as Jano doesn't make a mistake, he's got this one in the bag too. Couldn't agree more. Casper, thank you for that little insight. And yeah, Jano, as I mentioned earlier, absolute superlative season so far, but Yannick really pushing. He got turn one absolutely perfect there, and you can see visually how much he's closing up. He had to go wide there. If not, I think he would have run into the back of Amar, and I believe it looks like Yannick will be getting this position now. Amar slightly offline. He's going to breeze around the outside, and yeah, that's the position for Yannick. However, Amar back in the slipstream. He's not going to give this one up easy. To the inside goes Amar. Can he reclaim the position? They're side by side into Stowe corner, but he can't quite get it done on those one ties. Bit of oversteer there, and yeah, unless he's going to dive one down the inside, he's not. I think Amar will be happy with P4, and yeah, it's a good drive from him. And you never know with penalties, if Amar has no penalties, I can't really remember from what we read out earlier, if Amar has no penalties and Yannick does, there is a possibility of him getting on the podium, so he may as well keep pushing, because he's got 4th place to lose, but I'm sure he'd want a podium. But yeah, Yannick 31 seconds back, so I think Yannick sort of accepted he wasn't going to catch the top 2. Steve's in the pits and he's got a 5-second time penalty for speeding. Okay, so maybe this suggests that the rear tyres are on these top guys. Looking at Jano's onboard, it looks controlled at the rear, but maybe Steve pushed a little bit too hard. But will it be enough? I don't think it will be enough for Yannick. However, remember, Steve, I think he's got 8 seconds worth of penalties, so through this final corner, Yannick may actually be able to claim P2 as Steve exiting the pits now. Classic Steve, bottle job boy. Hot lap saying that. Yeah, so there's 6.7 seconds. So if the gap stays as it is, looks like Yannick, sorry, is going to the second step of the podium. And yeah, interesting strategy call there, I'd have to say. His rear tyres must have completely gone off the cliff. So an interesting 2-stop for Yannick, a little bit off the track there. Yeah, an interesting 2-stop for both Yannick and Steve. Something that I definitely didn't see coming. I predicted that it'd be a non-stop, but clearly the tyre went much higher than what was expected, as Gaitz is out the session now. I don't think he's going to drop back 2 laps anyway to Kevin. So yeah, 2 laps and 2 laps is going to be quite a task, so I highly doubt that's going to be the case. So I think he'll finish P6 anyway. There's a yellow flag, that's Amar who's gone off, as I believe Karim, no it was, have I made a mistake there? I'm not really sure which one went off. It was one of Amar or Karim. Yeah, Karim, will he be able to make a last ditch move if he starts to close in? It's 1.4 seconds, 1.1 seconds, really closing in, just like one of the top drivers did. Big slide there. So yeah, these tyres are clearly absolutely going off the cliff as Jarno starts his final lap of the Grand Prix. I will be keeping an eye on this battle, yeah, we're gonna focus on Jarno. He's yeah, Steve does the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, trying to push out, but yeah, Jarno, he's been absolutely spot on is the word to say. I was almost lost for words for a moment there, but yeah, Jarno, he hasn't put a foot wrong. He qualified P2, and yeah, he got into the lead, pulled the gap. It looked at one point as if he'd lost it, but he's done an incredible job today. And Jarno makes it 3 from 3 in Cgprl Season 2. Incredible job from himself. But looking back to Karim now, can he close up? Can he run one down the inside? Not quite. And he's going to try and get a good exit through turn 3, turn 4 and turn 5. Maybe there's contact there between Karim and Amar. Amar spun round, and that will be a penalty for Karim. Steve into the pits. Okay, interesting call from himself, and that's going to drop him. No, it's not going to drop him. But yeah, Steve down to P3 after that penalty by a bit. Karim stopping and slowing down for Amar if Amar does continue. So yeah, good move there from Karim if he is going to slow down. But I don't quite understand why. Oh, Amar's got a puncture. So that contact between Karim and Amar must have given him a puncture. Why did Steve pit? 3 out of 3, 1/10. Wow. I don't understand why Steve pitted, to be honest. But yeah, Karim now waiting for Amar. So good move there from Yannick. Yannick, Karim. I'm getting all the names mixed up today. But oh, Steve, you never fail to make me laugh. You do. That's Hot Lap Mode having a little banter with their driver Steve. Karim's still waiting on the line. He's pulled into his grid spot. Yeah, good move there from Karim to wait for Amar. Karim, one of the fairest drivers in this league, as has been said multiple times by the drivers. Yeah, that wasn't a great move from Karim, I'll say that much. I'm sure it wasn't unintentional, and here we have the podium. It's Jarno yet again. I think we may as well just make our predictions for the next race. It's going to be Jarno, Yannick and Steve on the podium. That's my predictions. Yeah, Jarno lifting the winner's trophy. It's a man from the Netherlands on the top, Dutchy, on the top of the podium for the 3rd time in as many races in Cgprl. Yannick in 2nd, and Steve rounds out the podium. And that was quite a crazy race. I expected a little bit more drama, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, you can never complain. Ignore the point system you can see on the right here, because we do have our own classic point system. But yeah, Jarno 3 from 3, followed by Yannick, the original Sauber pairing, doing quite well for themselves so far in Cgprl. Then Steve rounds off the podium. A good drive from Amar and good sportsmanship from Karim. They finish 4th and 5th respectively. You guys, Kevin and Harrison, all have pretty miserable races. Harrison actually failing to finish, along with Mike and Moraine, who loses more ground. and call it a day now. We are going to move into. We're doing a little fun race for. It's a little tribute to Nicky Lauda. We're going to keep the live stream on because why not? Yeah, it's a tribute to Nicky Lauda, who is obviously recently passed away very unfortunately. So we decided it'd be a nice idea to do a little tribute to yeah, probably one of the greats. One of the greats. I'm gonna put the traction control on medium because I don't trust this car. But yeah, this is a little fun race that we've all decided to do. Yeah, I suppose we should keep it on live stream. Why not? We have a couple of drivers coming in. I believe these are some of Yannick's friends. Yannick always inviting his friends to the league, and we're not complaining because if you do want to apply, then please do. You can speak to us or speak to me on the GPRL official Instagram account. That's GPRL_official. That is GPRL_official. Get in touch and we can see you. We can see you possibly in the league soon. We're just waiting for a couple of drivers. It's going to be 25% race and a no qualifying, so it'll be interesting to see where everyone lines up. And we're just waiting on a couple of guys. Steve and Moraine. Just need to add Moraine real quick. Apologies. Where's he gone? I can never spell his name. His place. There we go. Originally Bull. No idea what it means. But alright, welcome back. I believe we're ready now. We're just waiting on Moraine. We're now just waiting. waiting a little bit more for Moraine. There we go. There's Moraine. Oh. first time I've raced in GPRL in a long time. Season 3, yeah, Season 3 Monza was the last time. I believe with everyone else, no one's done any practice for this event. It's a little fun race, 25% race around Austria. Yeah, is there a mandatory pit stop? I don't think there is. There was talk of doing a mandatory pit stop, but I have no idea. Yeah, hello. I'm in a car in a GPRL league, so this is the first time in a long time. Maybe you'll see me back. Oh, don't know. I'm putting all the commentary on Ryan now. Ryan, if you're listening, you've got to do it. I'm joking. I'm very happy in my commentary position, and I may, spoiler alert, I may be looking to expand that into other leagues. Right, here we go. We're on the grid. I don't know where we're starting because I can't see the steering wheel. We're on a one-stop trial race as expected. We're gonna put. Is it worth me putting some setup on? I don't really know which way to go. I'm just gonna go for my preferences. I don't know actually. We'll go 95, 95. I'm not gonna play with any suspension things because no. We're gonna get some quite low tire pressures because I don't want it to overheat. And where are we starting? Oh, this isn't a good view. Here we go. Is this a better view? Yeah, let's drive in this view. Oh great, we're second last. Actually, I don't know. We'll go in this view.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
That's just me sorting out my brake pedal. All sorted now. I've finally got my Fanatec wheel back after a couple of issues, which meant we had to send the pedals back because anyone with a Fanatec wheel, or any wheel in general, don't race on it with your socks on, because the bits from your socks fly off or come off and go into the little what they're called, receptors, maybe I want to say. Maybe receptors isn't that word, but the sensors. So basically, it thinks you're putting in too much throttle than you actually are. It can also happen on the brake as well. So yeah, we at Fanatec very kindly sent us another pair, another set of the CSL Elite pedals. So I'm very happy I'm back on it. Getting a new wheel soon though, hopefully. But yeah, so this could be disastrous. My last GPRL race I finished 6th, 5th? I think it was 6th. So we'll be aiming for 6th. I have no idea how well or how terribly this is going to go. I have won races in previous leagues at Austria. I do like the track at Austria, but I think I've raced this car twice maybe on this game. So this could be an interesting experience. Alright, here we go. I'm going to throw one down the inside of Yannick. Yeah, let's be nice into turn one, boys. We've gained a position past Steve. Oh, we're battling Yannick. It's a battle of the admins. Yeah, thank you, Yannick. Lovely. Wow.
Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up.
Oh, we're 3 wide. With Karim. My teammate in the league that I race in. Off goes, I believe that's one of Yannick's friends. Contact there between Yannick and Karim. Looking down the inside. Can't make that work. We're up to P5. Let's go, boys. Oh, that's a track limits extradation. That's not a word. Oh, Yannick's wayward. Oh, we've made the move! Lovely work. Up to P4. I promise you, I haven't done 10 seconds of practice for this, as we'll probably show up later. I don't think I've actually raced on the F1 game in a while. There's contact further up. Is that Kevin? Yeah, Kevin's off. I'm about to get my first podium in GPRL.
Okay, clear.
I don't actually know where to brake, so I'm really going into this blind, I believe. Maybe Moraine and Jarno up ahead battling. Down the inside goes Yannick, he completely overshoots it. Switch back line now. I think Moraine did a similar thing to him. I can see that you're commenting. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit preoccupied here. Yeah, that's a horrible exit. There goes. Oh, I thought he was going to go for a move there. But no. Little GPRL fact. I've raced Moraine once. I was his teammate, and it was the test for season 3 in Spain. Here comes Jarno. I think he's going to get the move. Give him a bit of what he gave to me. Shove him off. Sorry, Jarno, love you lots. That's Yannick, isn't it? Jesus. I think he nearly ran into the back of me there. That wasn't intentional. I just have no idea where to brake. We're gaining on Moraine, here we go. I remember he absolutely slapped me in that test race. He finished miles ahead. However, feels as if since the start of season 3 I may have improved slightly. Yeah, Jarno fastest. This is hard work though, I'm telling you. 1.6 to Moraine. I'm also doing my best to try and commentate over this. Imagine the scenes if I get my first podium in GPRL on this little fun race. Oh, are we gaining? I think I'm adjusting quite nicely to this 1976 Ferrari. A lot of people have said that they don't like the look of this car because of the nose. Looks a bit like a, what's it called, like a big digger or something. A scooper. I love it personally. It is weird, but I like that. Oh, that's a mistake. I think me and Moraine did the same thing. Jarno is flying at the moment.
Okay,
can't match his speed.
5.4 seconds.
I bet Jarno's practiced for this as well. I'm just impressed I've kept it on the track so far. Oh, Yannick hasn't. Oh, alright, a little bit of a slide there. Ryan's all over the gaff. Big slide there from Ryan. Both members of the GPRL commentary team have raced alongside this guy. Brian was obviously his teammate for about half the season. Oh well, the majority of season 3. With all due respect to Ryan was definitely faster. Apologies Ryan if you're listening.
Yellow flag.
But I'm going to avenge Ryan. No, I'm not. There's a yellow flag, there's a green flag, and he's made the move. The GPRL commentator has just passed the most decorated driver in GPRL history. You heard it here first.
Okay.
It's incredible. Oh, he's made a mistake. He's absolutely cracking under pressure. Oh, this isn't legit pace. It really is not legit pace. If these guys properly put some effort into practicing for this, I get absolutely slapped. Arms out. He's off. To the pit.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
I'll just chill it. That's not a good line. Neither is that Maroon. Giannis so quick. I'm sorry, but he's just someone else in these classic cars. Like, I feel as if I put together a good sector and he's pulled out 3 tenths on me. It's like, why? Richard's looking a wee bit knackered. Home runs off. Well, that makes my job a little bit easier. Play that button. Actually, no, I don't like that. So. Marine retiring for the second race in a day. think I've matched Gianna through the sector, so that's one for the trophy cabinet. Someone's buried it in the wall on the left. Who was this? It's Mike? Jesus! Don't do that. Right, Yana, if you're listening, if you want to keep this spot in GPRL, you need to pit now. Literally picked now, I'll wet myself. Maybe it will be the quickest option to put. Yana's in the 22s. He's so quick, I'm sorry.
Just managed the gap to the car behind. We think he's got a time penalty.
Yeah, he's got a time penalty behind. Do you know what? I'm gonna pit.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
Right, we've gained on Yano through the first sector. 100% skill there. Definitely didn't just get held up, did he? Yeah, Yannick's pitted as well, so.
Still looking good, Nick. Let's keep them that way for as long as we can.
Someone pits. Don't know if it's Yana. Got me up to breath right now. Oh, Yannick's up. That's some incredible banter.
Yellow flag. Okay, clear.
In box, via gear. I couldn't find my pit assist, but my pit limiter button there.
Complete, go now.
Let's have a look. Some of the comments real quick. I didn't get a chance to read those, I apologise.
Now. Want to finish the race on this compound.
try for the fast lap of the race, boys. This car's hard work. It's not. It's a bit reluctant to turn, to say the least. Oh dear.
You've been awarded a time penalty
Apologies.
for that last incident.
How's that track limits? Come on. One tenth up through the first sector, here we go.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Caution, caution.
Steve doing donuts.
Green flag.
Right well enough. This is I'm in my own bubble here. I'm surprised that currently we've only got 4 left on the time penalty.
Go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Our gap to first place is 32.0 seconds.
I'll go for one push up at the end. try not to get disqualified. That inside curve kills you. Should we wait for Yana? Should we slow down and wait for him? We're gonna wait for him. I think these guys are something like a lap or 2 laps down, so... Actually, no, let's not. Well... Should we absolutely banter Yano at the race? I think, well, Yano sent me a message, want to go in formation finish, so,
Blue flag. Yellow flag.
Try and get past that, yep.
Okay, clear. We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Still slide that. Right, I think we're gonna formation finish with Yana.
Be advised moving to mix 2. Fuel to mix 2.
Just contact that, I think. Looks like we're gonna do a 3-way formation finish. Let's go, champ. Wait! No, we're not!
Right, so we've been looking at the damage, and we think you should be okay to continue. It'll cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race. This is your final lap. Final lap.
Oh, I'm on my final lap. Alright. That works. No, that was a fun little race. We should maybe do that again. Should we do some cockpit cam gameplay?
Green flag.
Steve's gone off. Look how little this front tyres are. And he rounds the well, no, he rounds the final corner. I've taken my first GPRL podium. Let's go, boys. Actually. I wanted to slow down and do some donuts. Oh well. That was a lot of fun, actually. Steve drifting through the final corner. Casper says gotta go now. Need to prepare for Mundo GT. So best of luck with that, Casper. Good country level, keep it up. Thank you very much, Casper. 24F1. Right. Round goes Steve, and yeah, we'll call it a day on that one. So thank you guys for watching the stream and this little fun race in the end. Nice little tribute to Nicky Lauda in his 76 Ferrari at his home country of Austria. There's me on the podium, claiming my first GPRL podium. Let's go. Yeah, that was fun. Woo, level 26. Let's go. There we go. Look at that. P2.